Basketball Breakdown, where I break down all things NBA news, drama, hunting, fishing, and everything else, all that type of shit right there. Alright, so as you can tell in the title of this video right here, I'm talking about Dallas Mavericks. The Dallas Mavericks, who are the 11th seed in the West, who have a team who consists of Kyrie and Luka. You just think off of that right there that the team right there, I mean, that team should be top tier. That team should be not sitting at 11. That team should be 5-6. But the problem with it is that they don't play together. Kyrie and Luka, for some reason, they play limited games together. And whenever Kyrie is playing, Luka ain't. Whenever Luka's playing, Kyrie ain't. I mean, like Luka said, it's frustrating to see as an NBA fan. And I know for them, it's even more frustrating because Luka has to stay with this team, while for Kyrie, it doesn't really matter if he wins or not. He just goes straight into free agency, which I think is unfair to Luka, obviously, because you see Luka, he's going out, he's trying to put up 30 a night just so they can keep the playoff dreams alive. Last year, they made it to the Western Conference Finals. They made a run against the Suns and all that. And now, well, obviously, that was a dream run. Same thing that Trae Young and the Hawks did a couple years ago. Obviously, nobody really thinks that the Mavs are gonna get to the finals. Nobody really thinks that they're gonna get there. But we all thought that maybe they can have that push, the semifinals and everything like that. Maybe everything that goes on with that team. I just think that when it comes to the narrative of Kyrie not playing games, I thought back in 2020 it was kind of unfair because he just didn't want to take a vaccine. He didn't want to put something in his body that they didn't know about, that they weren't for sure, that they came up with it too quick. He didn't want to put it in his body. So that right there, I mean, I think it was unfair to judge Kyrie off of that. I do. I think that was very unfair. But this right here, him not playing, I mean, I just don't get that. I mean, when Luka went out with his injury, the next night Luka wasn't playing. I was like, okay, they still got Kyrie. Then I look on the bench, Kyrie's not playing. I'm looking, I'm like, well, why is that? And I think it was just because Luka's not playing. I mean, obviously Kyrie brings some attention problems with him. He brings the narrative that he doesn't play, he's not there for his teammates. Well, maybe not that one, but he doesn't play and all that. And I kind of see what they're talking about now. But me personally, I always try to defend Kyrie and the fact that Kyrie's an amazing player. If Kyrie is playing, he's balling out. He's not just gonna sit there and just drop 10 points. No, Kyrie, he's a 30-point per game player easily at his best. 30-point per game, 10 assist player easily at his best. And we see him do it. It's more of him getting on the court and us seeing him win. Like I said, Luka said he's frustrated. Kyrie was brought there to bring attention off of Luka, to have another shot creator, to have somebody else out there so Luka doesn't have to play 48 minutes a game trying to carry a team all by himself. Kyrie is there, so if Luka sits on the bench and they're up by 10, they might still be up by 10. But if Kyrie's not there and Luka still sits on the bench and they're up by 10, they might be down by 20 in the next quarter. And that's why Kyrie was brought there. And you look at everything, and I'm seeing everything, and I'm looking, and I'm like, man, like, if they're up by 10, they might be down by 10 by the end of the quarter. I mean, but it's like the games that Kyrie has played, though, he's balled out. 30 points, 20 points. The games that Kyrie does play, he balls out. The problem is that they don't play together. They don't play together. If they played together, I feel like this team would make noise. But when you see them losing games to the Hornets, like, they lost one game to the Hornets, and after that, Luka comes in the press conference and is like, I feel frustrated, I'm not smiling, I'm not happy anymore. I wouldn't be happy either if I basically lost to a bottom 6 team in all of the NBA, they lost to a bottom 16. And when not even with Terry Rozier wasn't playing, LaMelo Ball not playing, they lost to a bottom feeder team. Not only once, but twice. Not only once, but twice, they lost to a bottom feeder team. Now, as a coach, Jason Kidd, I just couldn't accept that. I don't get why something isn't happening that's gonna make this go better. I get it, the trade deadline's over, but if I'm the Mavs, I'm letting Kyrie walk. I don't even offer him another contract, and if I do offer him another contract, it's not as much. It's not as much as he's probably gonna want. I'll go into free agency. I'm thinking, okay, let's get Luka. We don't need specifically another star, but let's get him somebody who can create beside him, kind of the Jaylen Brown role. We know that Jason Tatum is going to come in every day and give you that 30 points per game that you need, and that's exactly what he needs right there. We know that Jason Tatum is going to score 30 points per game, but Jaylen Brown might come in on a nightly basis and be a sidekick and have 21. Or he might come in and have 40 while Jason Tatum takes a seat back and have 20 that game. He just needs a partner that is going to be reliable and that he knows is going to be there for him. We don't know if Kyrie is going to be there for him, and that's the problem. All right. Well, that's enough of rambling all about that. Let's get into these NBA games. All right, first one I'm going to start off right here is the Washington Wizards versus the Boston Celtics. Obviously, no Bradley Beal in this one because of what happened. I'll explain that in a further video. But in this game right here, this is an unexpected loss for the Celtics. Me personally, I feel like this was a game that you want to win because I want to get that first seed just in case like the Bulls end up losing or the Hawks end up losing in the play-in. And you get them in that play-in the verse. Like, come on now, free barbecue chicken. Like, come on now, nah. But in this game, and I'm speaking specifically on the Wizards because I feel like the Celtics, they're fine. The Celtics, I feel like this might be a loss for them, but they're still going to the playoffs with hopes of a championship. The Washington Wizards ain't. So when I look at this game, I'm seeing Denny Avdija, 25 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists. Corey Kispert, 15 points, a good role player, coming and hit threes. Kristaps Porzingis, 32 points, 13 rebounds, and 6 assists. Monte Morris, 19 points and 9 assists. What I'm seeing in this team is if they draft good, if they draft one more piece, and they can get a superstar player, I mean like a superstar, either small. Actually, when I'm looking at the team now, if they could get a superstar point guard on that team, like I said, if Kyrie wants to, Kyrie comes to the Wizards and he helped this team out. Kyrie, Bradley Beal, and Kristaps Porzingis, that's at least a 6 seed. That's at least a playing team. So what I'm saying right now is I think that the Wizards are a draft pick and one piece away, just one piece away from reaching what they can be, from reaching what we ain't seen ever since they traded Russell Westbrook. They hadn't made the playoffs. They made the playoffs that one time with Russ, and then he left, and then they just haven't been there since. All right, next game, Cavs versus Hawks. Now this one right here, I feel like this was what you call an upset. Obviously, I want to talk about one player specifically, Donovan Mitchell. I don't think I really appreciated it and recognized it in Utah, but Donovan Mitchell was him. Donovan Mitchell, I'm seeing he comes down, dribbles the ball, spin. You know that 2K dunk animation? Like, come on now. Like Donovan Mitchell, he's been hooping. He's him. He's been doing this thing out there on the court, putting up 40, 30. This is what he needed. I think that trade that sent him to the Cavs, this is what Donovan Mitchell needed in order to thrive. You have Darius Garland come in with 27. Evan Mobley come in with 20 and 15 rebounds, obviously. it wasn't enough to get the job done because DeJounte Murray came in with 29 points. Ayeka Kongwu, who I think should be their future center, and their young star, Sadiq Bey, 11, 10 rebounds. Trae Young, only 16 points. That has to be better. That has to be better. Moving forward, 16 points, that's unacceptable if the Hawks head coach. If I'm Clint Snyder, I'm looking at that and I'm like, no. Clint Capella comes in with 12 and 10 rebounds, but yeah, Clint Capella is going to do Clint Capella things. John Collins, a good contribution. But if I'm looking at Trae Young, 16, it's like the 10 assists is straight. But I need Trae Young to score. Obviously, he didn't need to in this game because they still end up pulling out the win. But if I'm the coach, I'm still like, Trae Young, I need more scoring out of you. But back to the Cavs. Me personally, I think the Cavs is a sleeper in the East. They're the team that if they get the right schedule, I feel like they will make it to the finals. Now, obviously, you have to go against the Bucks, which is the juggernaut in the East. But I feel like what I'm saying is, if there's a team out there with a lot of depth, that team can obviously beat the Bucks. Like the Celtics, they have depth, so they can beat them. The Sixers, their depth is not too wide, but they have enough. But I think that the Cavs, they have enough to where if they're in that situation, to where they have to face Giannis, I feel like they can beat Giannis and them in a 7-game series. Alright, this game right here, this game was a blowout. Mavs versus Toronto. No Jimmy Butler, of course. And so you know who had to step up. Tyler Hero comes in with 33 points. Me personally, I wasn't the biggest on Tyler Hero. I thought that Tyler Hero, he was just best at 6-man, maybe coming in for 16 points. But when you look at some of Tyler Hero's games, I would love to see him on his own team. And what I mean is, like I said earlier, the Wizards, they're one good point guard away. Let him go to the Wizards and see what happens. Let him go to the Wizards and we see how he performs, how he balls and everything. Because with the way it looks like, Tyler Hero is a starter in this league, and he might get the job done. I don't want to say he can, and then he can't, but he might get the job done. Bam Adebayo, 21 points and 12 rebounds. We all know what Bam does. Maybe you would have wanted 30 out of Bam, but I mean, that's just sometimes the best you're gonna get. 20 points. You might want, like I said, with Anthony Davis. You might want 30, 10, and 2 out of Anthony Davis, but you only gonna get 20 and 10. You only gonna get 18 and 9. Like that's not how it works. Now this game right here, other than the Cavs game, this was a game last night. Well, personally, my favorite team, my second favorite team right now, the Thunder. They lose 137 and 134 to the Charlotte Hornets. And which really, when you look at the stats, eyesight, it's like the Thunder lose this game. You had Jalen Williams come in with 30, Isaiah Joe 30, Josh Giddey 30, and then you look at the Hornets. It's like P.J. Washington 43, Theo Maledon 19. I do not know how to pronounce that name. I'm not even gonna try. So no, I don't want to disrespect him. So, but yes, if you see what I'm talking about, came in with 18 points and 8 assists. And then Kai Jones, 14 boards, 12 points. Like I said, I don't see a stat in here that shows me how they should have lost this game. I mean, I get it. Other than them 3 players right there, Lou Dort came in with 16, but nobody else really scored, and that was probably the reason. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't watch this game. I watched the highlights and everything, but I didn't watch this one. But yeah, when you look at it eyesight, it kind of looks like the Thunder, they just didn't have contribution from the role players, and you need that sometimes. You need your role players to step up You know, it's always the next man up. Like you say, it's the next man up always. All right, last game right here, Memphis versus Orlando Magic, and in a game where Paulo 24 and 11, my pick for rookie of the year. Personally, Keegan, but Keegan Murray he be balling too. But yeah, it's gonna go to Paulo anyways. I mean, whether Keegan Murray was dropping 20, 10, and 10, and Paulo was only 25 and 10, it still go to Paulo. But correct me if I'm saying the name wrong. I just feel like that name. I feel like I'm just saying it wrong. But yeah, Paulo Banchero 24 and 11. Franz Wagner 25, 3 and 3. Wendell Carter 14. Markel Fultz 11. Gogo Badazzi 13. When you look at it, Paulo and Franz did their thing, and then the role players they come and contributed. One player who I'm really high on, and shout out to KLT4Q because he got me high on this player, Markel Fultz. Markel Fultz, he came in 2016. He went through all the injuries. It didn't look like he was really. It didn't look like his career was gonna come into anything. But it seemed like with the Orlando Magic, he really found some stuff that the fans were looking for, and some stuff that he was looking for. And now I have hopes that Markel Fultz is someday gonna be that 15 and 10 player or that 17 and 10 player. It's kind of that D'Angelo Russell role, right? D'Angelo Russell, if you need him to, he'll come in there and maybe score 20 and get like 8 assists on the night. Right there. But let me come on to the Grizzlies side real quick, man. I was trying to ran this game, but you have Desmond Bane, 31, who Desmond Bane has evolved his game so much. That's Desmond Bane went from just a three-point shooter to a player who's getting into that paint, a very good defender. Yeah, 31 points for Desmond Bane. Jaren Jackson Jr., who honestly should be in a ranking for defensive player of the year, and really, when you look at it, the blocks he be getting is just nasty, bro. They nasty. I mean, the blocks he be getting is just ridiculous. But Triple J, 16 points, 10 rebounds. Now Dylan Brooks, for all that shit he be talking, 13 points, 3 and 3. You gotta be better for all that shit you be talking. Let's be honest. Draymond, you too. Let Draymond off the hook, yo. All that shit that Draymond be talking, Draymond, you gotta be better too. I'm not gonna lie. You gotta be better too. Alright. It's the last game right here. I don't know why I said that, but I just remembered this one. The Warriors and the Pelicans. Now, here's something about the Warriors. And my dad, he's a Warriors fan too. He be telling me, just wait till playoff time. I hear that all the time from all Warriors fans. Just wait till playoff time. And I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna just wait and see. But right here, Be Easy is what I call Brandon Ingram. 26 points, 7 assists, and 8 rebounds. Trey Murphy, 21 points, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. C.J. McCollum, 15. Herb Jones, 13. C.J. McCollum has to be a little bit better, but with the recent addition of Trey Murphy, let's be honest. I mean, Trey Murphy, what he did against the Pelicans, 9-3. I mean, he killed them niggas, bro. He killed them, bro. And I mean, and that's just crazy, bro. That's crazy how Trey Murphy went. Like, we all know he could do it, but he took his game to a whole new level, and it's just crazy to see that between on us. I think they said that Zion is back training, so I think that we might see, if they can make it out the first round and maybe a little bit of the second, I think we might see Zion back. Herb Jones, one of my favorite defenders in the NBA, thanks to KLT for IQ. If you know, you know. Kenny too. And yeah, I mean, they lost. I mean, ain't much you can really say on the L. But right here, the winners right here: Stephen Curry, 39. Jordan Poole, 21. Klay Thompson, 17. Dante DiVincenzo, 13. Jonathan Kuminga, 13. So when you look at this one, just Stephen Curry goes off for basically 48 and they almost a triple-double. It is insane how Stephen Curry is playing. And the Warriors, they couldn't afford to lose this one. What the Warriors don't want to do is they don't want to fall into that play-in mix, and then you got to verse LeBron, and you got to verse the Pelicans, and then you got to verse the Mavs, or maybe the Thunder. You don't want that to happen because you know that those are games that you might can lose. And me personally, if I'm the Warriors, I'm trying everything I can to stay out of that plane. Everything I can. GP2 first game back, nothing really happened. Um, Moses Moody, who I think really deserves more minutes on that team. 2 points, I mean, only 3 minutes. Yeah, I mean, that's really it for today, y'all. So, comment what y'all think I should do next. Yeah, peace.